I just love to create. I love to inspire.
Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the most controversial video games. For the most part, I try to look for video games that are not really that well known, so you guys have some fresh content. All my sources will be linked down in the description below.
I guarantee I'll know all of them. I'm confident I'll know all of them.
1992.
I was immediately wrong. The f*** is Night Trap?
Night Trap was a game released in 1992 designed for the Sega CD, an attachment for the Sega Genesis. The Sega CD added hardware functionality such as a faster CPU and graphic enhancements. Sega tried to match the capabilities of the competing PC Engine CD-ROM system, but failed to do so. One of the games playable on the Sega CD was Night Trap, an interactive movie video game developed by Digital Pictures. The game is shown mainly through the use of full-motion video. In this game, the player takes a role of a special agent tasked to watch over teenage girls having a sleepover, and those girls are visiting a house which they don't know is full of danger. The player watches live surveillance footage of the house and triggers traps to capture anyone seen endangering the girls.
Watch out!
Designing a game where you're supposed to watch a bunch of underage girls having a sleepover is already pretty weird, but designing a storyline where they're gonna get hurt, it's a little bit nah, it's not it. The player can
shit. Sorry to pause so quickly. This just poured salt in an old wound. Who remembers, I think it was 2 years ago, that game they tried to make about a, was it a female streamer? It was a full motion interactive game, or yeah, full motion interactive game, whatever, a live movie. What was it called? Because I can't remember it now. Was it Gamer Girl? Was it actually just called Gamer Girl? It might have been. And they canceled it because it got clowned on so hard. Rest in peace. This game would have been fucking amazing.
Peggy 18.
Okay, cool. Water time, break time.
Oh, yeah, you play as the moderator. Fuck!
Junk has been taken out my stream.
Fuck! Would have been so good.
Oh, come on. No.
I'll skip around a little bit, but you get to the big reveal. I was so hyped for this game. But yeah, I got canceled because it got so much shit tossed at it. Damn. Thanks, Recent Floppy. I mean, they filmed most of the game. They should just release it, man. Why not? Like, why just hold on to that? Let us have it. Go independent. Like, shit. I mean, I'll finance it. I want to fucking play it. I want to see what it was. What was the studio behind that? Let me look. Like, what do they want? Like, $100 maybe? Wales Interactive. Jesus, do all of their games get pulled? What the fuck is all this? Oh, no, wait, these actually did get published. It's just they were not popular. Hey, if you're watching this, Wales Interactive, I will buy a Gamer Girl from you. In whatever state it's in. I still really want to play that pile of shit. I mean, you're not doing anything with it. Fucking, what, on like a flash drive or something? Like, I'll take it from you. I'll put that shit on Steam for free. Just for the love of the sport, god damn it. I want to see that game badly. No, I didn't do the new Destiny 2 raid. And if Gamer Girl comes out, I may never need another video game. This has everything you could ever want from gaming.
Switch their view between different cameras. Insert Five Nights at Freddy's reference here. To keep watch over the girls and eavesdrop on conversations to follow along the story and listen for clues. There are some pretty funny scenes in this game, I'm not gonna lie.
But it was going to be a surprise.
Ah!
Couldn't stand in my way, would you?
This game looks awesome.
Thanks, Control.
Night Trap was one of 2 games criticized during the 1993 congressional hearings on violent video games. The other was Mortal Kombat. Public concern grew surrounding the video game after claims were made that it included an extreme amount of violence and promoted SA against women. When I say SA, it's that. I just don't want to get demonetized, so yeah. As a result, Night Trap was pulled from the shelves of major video game retailers, and the following month, Sega stopped production of the game altogether. The Senate hearings that revolved around Night Trap's apparent violence resulted in the creation of the Entertainment Software Rating Board.
Wow.
It's the ESRB, which is still used to this day. The game was given an M for mature audiences, which means 17 years or older in the States.
Who is she being hunted by? Foot ninjas from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
RPG. 2005. 6 years after the events that happened at Columbine High School, Danny Ladon, a video game developer, decided it would be a good idea to release an RPG PC game based around Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. In fact, he chose to release it on April 20th, 2005, which was the 6th year anniversary of the incident. He initially distributed the game anonymously, but after a friend of one of the victims discovered his identity, Ladon decided to come out as the creator. About 10,000 people had downloaded the game in the year since its creation. The game is no longer available on Ladon's website. Instead, it has popped up on a number of sites and download services. Ladon initially accepted donations to defray the cost of hosting the game, but stopped when he took the game off his site. He said he's making no money on the free distribution of the game. When players engage in battle, the screen changes to a first-person view of the enemy. Enemies are named stereotypes or occupations such as preppy girl, janitor, math teacher, and a jock type. Combat has 2 options: autoplay, where the game chooses the weapon to use, or manual play, in which the player decides to use a hand-to-hand weapon, explosive, gun, or defensive maneuver against foes. Once a battle starts, it is impossible to avoid or escape. The player must kill the enemy or die. Text narrates battle events and actions such as finding a bag or gaining a weapon. As the game proceeds, flashbacks occur showing events in Eric and Dylan's lives, which may have caused them to commit murder. Much of the plot is constructed around the events precisely as they are believed to have occurred. Lines of the gunmen's dialogue are often lifted verbatim from their writings or from their home videos of each other. In contrast to the 16-bit graphics, there are digitalized photographs from the shooting or full voice samples from news reports. Reaction to Super
this one was
Massacre
really
was
fucking
extremely
dark,
negative.
man.
The title was criticized as trivializing the actions of Eric and Dylan and the lives of the innocent. The hate was so much so that Ladon ended up removing the game altogether from his website. You know what sucks, guys? That this isn't the only shooting RPG that we're going to talk about.
What is he doing now? I actually never followed up on this. I've known about that for a long time. What was his name again? He's a tier 1 Astro in the Gifts of Rainbow. What was his first name? Something Ladon. Radon. Good Elden Ring reference. Did he not say his first name? Oh, Daniel Ladon? Is it like this? That didn't work. Maybe like this. No, that's definitely not going to be it. Unless it's him with the obituary. Oh, thank you for the... Jesus, thank you for the 10 gift subs Fishy and the 5 gift subs Karma. Thank you for that. And thanks for the Prime Sins. Thank you for the generosity, Fishy and Karma. Danny Ladon. We'll say that in as Daniel. How do you spell his name? Okay, how about this? We'll just look it up like this. Well, this is going to be a dangerous Google search, actually. I'm not doing that. Thank you for 5 gift subs Cheese. Thank you. Someone spelled that out for me. Okay, let's see what he's up to. It doesn't even have anything about the super column. Oh, here it is. It's up here. Okay, so he only made one game. And it was this one. Damn. Yeah, it's fucked up. I had assumed he maybe stayed in the video game industry, but I guess not. Thanks to the resub, Boop and Sun.
Yeah, I don't know what mindset you have to be in to make a video
Makes
game
resub
out of
Wawa.
that, but yeah, we have a lot more on the list. Custer's Revenge, 1982.
No, I know this one.
Custer's Revenge was an adult action game published by American
Atari.
Multiple Industries for the Atari 2600. First released in November 1982, the game gained notoriety owing to its goal of being a Native American woman. In the game, the player controls the character named Custer, depicted as a man wearing nothing but a cavalry hat,
Yeah, Atari
gloves,
games are
boots,
pretty
and a bandana
wild.
with a visible... You know, Custer has to overcome arrow attacks to reach the other side of the screen. His goal is to rape a Native American woman tied to a pole. Custer's Revenge quickly gained notoriety upon its release. It was sold in a sealed package labeled "Not for Sale" to minors and sold for $49.95.
$49 for that?
$4 today. It acknowledged that children might nonetheless see the game. The game's
$49
literature stated,
for a
if the kids
single
catch you
level?
and should ask, tell them
And
Custer
like
and the maiden
6
are just
pixels?
dancing. Women's rights groups criticized the game, stating that it was a simulation of other groups, such as Women Against Pornography, Native American spokespersons, and critics of the adult video game industry in general protested about the content of the game. Activists tried pressuring legislators to outlaw the game, which
use of
Oklahoma
Doge,
City, home to the
Nova,
large
and
Native
the
American
Prime
population,
Yaitsu.
did. The focused media attention generated publicity for the game and caused it to sell approximately 80,000 copies, twice as many as the company's other video games. American Multiple Industries responded with, quote, "Our object is not to arouse, our object is to entertain. When people play our games,
What?
we want them smiling, we want them laughing." The game's designer, Joel Miller, said Custer was, quote,
What?
"seducing the maiden and that she was a willing participant." By April 1983, the game was
What is
withdrawn from
What? What a fucking weirdo. So, I mean, he had to blur the game out, obviously, but the game is literally that one guy with a wiener and one girl, and you just, the two of them just, like, collide like two action figures, because it's the Atari. Like, it's not entertaining or anything. And he's certainly not seducing. There's no cutscenes or anything. It's just an actual rape simulator for the Atari. Is he still in the gaming industry? Did he go on to work for any other big projects? Maybe he, like, had a huge glow up and he helped work on, like, I don't know, what's a beloved title? Red Dead 2. Hey, Chase. He works at Blizzard now. Okay. So it comes full circle then.
circulation. I may have
Thanks,
blurred
Vince
it.
Derek.
I'm sorry for that, but like I am not risking anything.
They resub unique.
Especially with a topic like this. I know I'm just gonna be blurring pixels on the screen. Sorry, you guys might
Andy.
have to deal with some blur, but I hope you can still tell what's going on and being talked about. Hatred, 2015.
Yeah, this one was big.
What is important?
It just wanted to be as edgy as possible.
When I think of the most controversial video game, I think of Hatred. Hatred is a gruesome shooter game presented in an isometric perspective, in which the playable character and protagonist is a mass-murdering villain who, quote, hates this world and the human worms feasting on its carcass, and embarks on a genocide crusade against the entire human race. The player can carry 3 weapons and an assortment of grenades, as well as drive some vehicles. Health is regenerated by performing glory kills on people. This was a rare case of a video game being given the adults-only ESRB rating.
Yep,
Games
I
with
remember
the
this
AO
whole
rating
thing.
are considered by the board to be suitable for players ages 18 and over. Most retailers refuse to stock AO rated games, and Twitch actually bans all AO games. They don't want to associate with that. The only mainstream platform to allow AO games is Steam, but even Steam hides the AO games by default. JFK Reloaded,
Oh, he didn't
2004.
talk about that very much. Hatred had a really actually interesting history. They announced it and they tried to defend it like we should be able to tell whatever stories we want to tell in the video game medium without being ostracized. This is actually a commentary and this and that. When really it was obvious what they were doing is they were trying to capitalize off like edge. Like they just tried to make something super edgy and hopefully it would mask that the game itself wasn't that well made. So they banked on it just being like, this is gonna sell our game. And it didn't work. So they instantly got thrown to the curb. They had a really hard time releasing the game. And when they finally did, nobody gave a shit. Genuinely no one cared at all about the game. The controversy was forgotten. The controversy only lasted like in the public eye for like a week, maybe. And the game came out and it fucking flopped.
JFK Reloaded is a 2004 first-person shooter game developed and published by Traffic Games. It
I knew about
simulates
this
the
one as well.
1963 assassination of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States. The player, controlling Lee Harvey Oswald, is tasked with recreating the 3 shots fired at Kennedy and gains higher scores the more accurately they lined up with the report. Shots
I
can be
didn't know
reviewed in
that.
slow motion and from multiple viewpoints. As Kennedy's motorcade
like
passes
Sniper
on
Elite.
Delay Plaza, the player has to take 3 shots at the president with their sniper rifle. They gain points based on how closely these shots match the Warren Commission's report. The first has to miss the car, the second hit Kennedy in the neck, and John Cannoli, the governor of Texas, in the chest, and the third fatally hit Kennedy in the head. The perfect score is
Holy
1,000.
shit, wait,
While
this
the
is
game does
really
not halt
thorough.
the player from pursuing alternative scenarios,
That
the
has its own
score is
replay
deducted when the
system.
player goes off script from the event, such as hitting Jacqueline Kennedy, the first lady. JFK Reloaded was denounced by several public figures like David Smith, a spokesman for Ted Kennedy, stating simply that it's despicable. Politician John Kasich discussed the
It's
game
a
in
weird
his book,
concept
Stand
for a
Something,
game,
The
but,
Battle
like,
for America's Soul,
the
and a
text's
segment
kind of
about graphic
interesting for
content
its
in
time.
mainstream video games. I'm not gonna lie, the game actually has some really cool bullet physics. It reminds me of like Sniper Elite physics. I don't know if you guys have ever played that
That's
game,
what I said.
but it's very similar. I mean, obviously, I don't have to explain why this is controversial. For some of them, I do have to explain why they're controversial, but this one is like, you could just tell. Silent
Man,
Hill.
I feel like I'm pausing after like each one now, but I always have something interesting. You guys know that the Kennedy family lobotomized their daughter? We were talking about this on the podcast recently. I didn't know how fucked up that was, but I don't remember what year. The mom and dad Kennedy had their daughter undergo a lobotomy. Her name was Rosemary, because she had like mood swings and shit like that. So they had her lobotomized, and it was horrifying, the report. Then I think the lobotomy even won a prize for the science behind it or whatever. But basically, they were poking her brain through her eye socket, I believe. And when they were making cuts, they would have her recite the Lord's Prayer out loud. So she was awake during this, by the way. So as they were like making cuts, she would have to be reciting the Lord's Prayer as well as singing the national anthem. That's what it was. And when she started being incoherent, they would stop cutting. And the result of the lobotomy is her like mental capacity diminished to that of a 2-year-old child. She was incontinent and couldn't live on her own anymore. And so what they did is they basically got her like her own unit, like her own place to stay, and completely forbid anyone from knowing where she was and visiting her. Like her mom and dad never visited her for like 40 years or something. The rest of the family didn't even know about it. And it didn't come to light until like the 80s, I think, the 70s or 80s, where the lobotomy is more well known, and then they tried to reintegrate her into the family. But I mean, by that point, she'd been living in that facility for like 60 years. And then she died, I think, in 2005. So yeah, I was reading about that the other day. It was fucked up, man. They lobotomized her over mood swings. A legitimate lobotomy. Source beyond Wikipedia? Oh, there's so much on it. Like, you can get the cliff notes from Wikipedia if you want, but there are like, I think there was an entire like giant book written about it, and I think there was a movie, a documentary. I can't remember now. But man, it was a wild story. Yeah, they sent her right to a lobotomy.
Hill Homecoming 2008. I'm sure we've all played or at least heard
Thinks
of
he
the
gets
Silent
some
Hill
champagne
series,
and the
and
Prime
I'm
Engineer.
still pissed PT was cancelled. Fun fact, I actually use the PT soundtrack sometimes for my videos in the background. Homecoming was the 6th installment in the Silent Hill series, and follows the journey of Alex Shepard, a soldier returning from war to his hometown where he finds his town in disarray, and his younger brother is missing. As he continues on his search to find his younger brother, he discovers more
I
about
didn't
the
know this was
Order,
controversial.
occult,
I
as
streamed
well as
this
the
game.
town's history and his own past. Okay, a Silent Hill game. Why is this on the list? The game is literally banned in Australia. Apparently, it's due to extreme violence, but more specifically, a certain scene in the game. This scene shows Alex having a drill forced into his right eye socket, causing a lot of blood to spew out. I couldn't find an HD version of the scene, since the scene is a QuickTime event. Everyone just posted what happens when you succeed. I only found this extremely pixelated version.
Damn, that's hardcore. Get banned in Australia,
Left Behind,
idiot.
Eternal Forces, 2006.
I don't know
Left
this
Behind,
one.
Eternal Forces is a Christian strategy game. In the single-player campaign, the player controls the Tribulation Force, a Christian group in a post-rapture New York City who are combating the influence of the global community peacekeepers, the world government led by the Antichrist Nicole Carpathia.
Oh, I didn't know
the
that,
player directs
Naruto.
the actions of the main characters and the Tribulation Forces unit in an effort to defeat the global community peacekeepers by converting neutral and global community allied civilians to their side and only using lethal
Move
force
over,
against
StarCraft.
the Antichrist
The
army
Lord's
forces
here
when
now.
necessary. But the player's main goal is to use conversion rather than violence, only resorting to combat when necessary, since killing causes the quote spirit level of the player's units to drop. This was a very controversial game as it quite literally is telling you if you don't believe in Christianity or are an atheist, well, you're wrong. Other than that, the game's reviews are extremely negative. Like, it's just a bad game in general, which is going to be a common thing in these games.
That's
Most
not
of them.
super
Not all of them.
controversial.
Silent Hill's great. I just want to make that
That's like
clear.
every
Except the next
Christian
one.
game.
The next one, if you're a lonely teenager that's a guy, or at least you like girls, you're going to love the next one. Dead or Alive Extreme Series. 2003
Hey,
till
these are
now.
classics.
The regular Dead or Alive games are a part of the fighting series that began in 1996, developed by
controversial.
Team Ninja and Tecmo. The game always had very jiggly physics, so much so that in 2003 the spin-off series Dead or Alive Extreme Beach
Well, it came out in
Volleyball was created.
2003?
Those games are exactly that. The girls from the game
ahead
playing
of their
volleyball
time.
in little clothing with a lot of jiggle physics. As the years went on, well, graphics only improved. We went from polygons to this. Now, as one
Yeah,
can
we
imagine,
did.
the games received much backlash for being
Evolution.
sexist and being a way to just creep on girls, I guess. The backlash in the US was so loud that the game developers released an official statement on Twitter explaining that they will not release the game anywhere except Asia because they
Oh.
respect the different global audiences. And the game was still released in the US the very next year. The VR version of Dead or Alive Extreme 3 takes things to the next level. You can get
There's
as
a
up close and personal
VR
to the girls
version?
as you want. And let me tell you, it is graphic. Like the girls
Brother,
just sit there
he's
and you
selling
can, like I
me
said,
on it.
You just get as close as you want. Dude, I found a playlist of this user on YouTube, I guess, that would upload getting up close and personal to every girl in the game,
That sounds
and
about
every
right.
single video on that playlist is age restricted, and the comments are just calling him out for being like a weirdo. Again, this is why some clips are blurred. If you're a fan of the Dead or Alive
I think
series,
it's
let me know
poison.
if this spin-off Dead or Alive Extreme, do you think is misogynistic or sexist, or at the very least creepy? Let me know your thoughts. I really want to know the Dead or Alive fanbase's thoughts on that spin-off.
They don't make the fighting games anymore, do
This
they?
video is sponsored by Atlas VPN. Atlas VPN
It's only
is a tool
Dead or
that
Alive
encrypts your
Volleyball
data
now,
and
right?
hides your virtual location. When connected to a VPN server, your device is connected to a new IP and DNS address. All of that traffic is encrypted and routed towards that VPN server. When the traffic arrives at the server,
No,
the
not
VPN
anymore.
server
That's a shame.
decrypts information
Dead or
and
Alive
allows
3
traffic
is
to
actually a
access the
really
desired
good game.
destination.
Well, at
Atlas
least it
VPN
was.
is available on iPhone,
It was pretty
Android,
innovative. You
Mac,
could
and
bus
PC.
people through the
Currently, Atlas
stages, which
VPN
was
is
really
running
cool
a
for its
3-year
time.
deal for just $199 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. The deal won't last for long, so make sure to check it out by clicking the link in the description below. Let me show you guys something really cool you could do with it, and that's
Hey,
saving
Teresa,
money. So many
bring
websites
Drool
have
and
their pricing
ammonia.
adjusted based on the region that your device is in. With the information provided by cookies and IP addresses, these services can guess where you're located.
Dead or
Once you
Alive
switch
6
your
was
location
20
to like India, for
oh,
example, the price in
2019.
whatever you're looking at will see a huge drop. We've tried this out on many different websites, including airline companies, subscription services like Spotify, YouTube Premium, and Netflix. Again, guys, Atlas VPN is running a 3-year deal for just $199 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee.
More
So if you
Elden
are
Ring runs
interested,
tonight.
make sure
No,
to
the
click the
speed
link
run's
in the
dead now.
description
The
below.
new patch gutted it, so we have to
Ethnic
wait.
Cleansing, 2002. Now this one is self-explanatory when it
Jesus
comes
Christ.
to why it's controversial. Ethnic Cleansing is a first-person shooter video game for Windows computers created by the American White Supremacist and Hate Organization, National Alliance. It's a unique name.
What?
As part of a, quote, race war, the player controls a neo-Nazi skinhead or a Klansman and is tasked with killing stereotypical African, Mexican, and Jewish enemies. I don't even know if you can find download links for this, but I don't even know if I
What
want
the
to include this in the
fuck?
video, actually. If you guys are watching this, then I guess I made it in. I don't even want to talk about this one anymore. Grand Theft
I
Auto
haven't
San
heard of
Andreas
that one,
Hot
actually.
Coffee mod, 2004. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the most iconic game
shit.
in the GTA franchise, was not only controversial due to the fact that you play as a criminal that can cause a rampage at any given moment, but also due to
Is the
something
reset
that never made
Drew
its way into the
trash
final
and the
release of the
reset
game.
window?
Hot Coffee is an unofficial name for a minigame. The minigame is not playable through normal means. The game must be modded in order to access it. When enabled, Hot Coffee allows the protagonist, CJ, to have animated sex with an in-game girlfriend where you can control his movements. According to the GTA Wiki, before development concluded, Rockstar Operations Director Jennifer Colby warned Dan Houser that explicit sexual content would likely bring restrictive assessments from rating boards, harming retail sales.
I made a whole
The minigame
video
could not
on
be
this.
fully removed, so the content was hidden from players using cutscenes. Data miners discovered evidence of explicit sexual content after San Andreas was released for the PlayStation 2 in October 2004, and confirmed its existence when the Windows version was released on June 7th, 2005. Modder Patrick Wildenborg released a patch to unlock the
Hey,
minigame
Patrick.
2 days later. This led to San Andreas becoming embroiled in controversy. Within a month of the patch's release, the ESRB and Australian
remember the company-wide
OFLC
meeting after this
re-evaluated
happened.
San Andreas'
Nice.
content rating. The ESRB re-rated the game to adults only, leading several retailers to pull it from the shelves. It's really rare, but there are some San Andreas boxes that do have the adult-only ESRB rating, and those can be found on eBay, while the OFLC issued a refused classification banning it from sale in Australia. Rockstar recalled all retail copies of San Andreas and released a new version that blocked access to Hot Coffee by the end of 2005, and issued an official patch for existing owners to prevent access. The Hot Coffee code remains in all versions of San Andreas, but takes more effort to restore due to missing models and animations. In August 2005, Rockstar North released an official cold coffee patch for the PC version of the game and re-released San Andreas with the hot coffee scenes removed, allowing the game to return to its rated M for mature rating.
Nice. Welcome back.
Border Patrol 2002. Back in the Flash player days, many games were being created.
I don't know this one
daily,
either.
And most of them were extremely fun. I can't mention Flash games without giving a shout out to Newgrounds and Con
Yeah.
and any unblocked game website that I would go on when I was bored using a Chromebook in class. But with so many games
What?
being made, it makes sense that some would cross
What
the line.
the fuck
or I should
school
say,
was that? You
cross
get a
the border.
Chromebook
Ay,
in
no,
class?
Te prometo que
What?
soy mexicano. Lo prometo. Border Patrol is a Flash-based game that lets players shoot at Mexican immigrants as they try to cross the border into the United States. The game's opening screen states, "There's one simple rule, keep them out at any cost." In Border Patrol, players are told to target one of 3 immigrant groups, portrayed in a negative stereotypical way
Is
as the
there some
figures
cipher?
rush past a sign that reads, "Welcome to the United States." The immigrants are very, I guess, stereotypical. Honestly, it's just a very racist game against Mexicans.
Yeah, that one's very
BoneTown,
racist.
2008. BoneTown is an
It's just an
adult
old Flash
action-adventure
game.
video game developed and published by American studio
pile of
D-Dub
shit.
Software. Released for Microsoft Windows
I know
on
this one.
November 12, 2008, the game follows a player as he completes missions and has sex with various women. A man in a suit approaches and explains that he
Tier
is
one
part of an
turtle nuts.
organization called The Man. He warns the player that public indecency is illegal, and if the player is caught, he will be arrested. The player goes through the game completing missions in the style of like the GTA games. Missions include participating in graphic films and beating up someone who believes they are Jesus. Women are scattered throughout the city, and the player is able to have sex with any of them. Sex can
Wow.
either be for the player's enjoyment or to recover in-game health, depending on the position selected. The game requires the player to match the desires of the women in order to last as long as possible. VTech Rampage.
I didn't know it was that deep.
2007. I don't want to talk a lot about this one, so I'm gonna try to make this one quick. Only
Makes
3
me so
weeks after
Swan
the
and
Virginia
explosive.
Tech incident, Ryan Lambourne from Australia created a spin-off RPG. And while doing research, man, fuck this guy. The source I read said he only did it just to be offensive and he thought it was funny. That's it. That's why he recreated this Virginia Tech incident and
Yeah, sounds about
made it
right.
into I guess a funny video game for him. The first mission of the game requires you to kill, I'm not even going to say her name, but it's like the actual first victim of the shooting. Not only that, but as I was reading, in 2013, this same idiot released another game based on Handy Suck. I'm not going to say it, so I changed the first letters because I'm not trying to get demonetized.
Yep,
but
that
yeah, he made
sounds about
another
right.
video game like that. And
Giant
honestly,
fucking
fuck him,
loser.
let's move on. Blay 2006.
Yep.
Blay is a 3D
This is the most
Outrage
well-known
video game
one.
made by Illusion, released on April 21st, 2006 in Japan.
Makes me some
Outrage
zigzag.
means Japanese erotic video game. The game centers around a male character that you control, whose goal is to a mother and her 2 kids, specifically her 2 daughters. 3 years after its initial release, the game garnered international attention and controversy for its content, resulting in it being banned in several countries. In story mode, the player controls a sex offender with a history of previous arrests. The protagonist SA's 2 minors and an adult woman, and the minors' ages are 12 years old and 17
Holy
years
shit,
old.
I didn't know
After
that.
the player finishes all 3 women, They unlock free play mode. Following its release, the game was banned in
Holy
several
fuck.
countries, excluding Japan. In fact, articles in defense have also been written, many noting that rape is considered a lesser crime than murder, yet there are thousands of legal video games in
there's a
which the
lot
goal is
of,
to kill
like,
enemies. Yeah,
rape
that was people's
hentai.
argument. They would be like, it's not as bad as killing people. So all the Call of Duty games are worse than this. Illusion's response to the controversy was basically, hey, it's okay in Japan. So if you guys don't like it, well, we're in Japan. As an immediate aftermath, several RLay publishers doubled down and studios began to ban foreigners from their official websites. They really like what they do, man, and they will stand for it. This is probably the
Do
worst
they
on
still
the list
make
and it was
games?
last. This list was not in any order. This just ended up being last.
Thanks for your
If you guys enjoyed the
light.
video, make sure you leave a like.
I wonder if they're still around. Hold on. Tub did post a new video. I'm pretty confident I'm going to know all of these. Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't want spoilers. All right.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about YouTubers
You in the chat, Tub?
ruining their careers in seconds. There are
Thanks to give
a
sub
lot,
greens.
and I'd like to make this a series. Probably going to see a part 2 coming in the future, but there are a lot of OG YouTubers that I forgot existed, and I just remember, wow, they did something horrible. But I know I'm like Mr. Long Intro. I'm sorry about that. I'll make this one short.
Oh, you don't
If
need to
there's anything I
apologize
wanna
for that.
say is that new music video coming out October 3rd. Yes, you guys finally don't have to listen to Cherry Soda on repeat anymore. I got you guys with a new
Thanks to the gift
music
sub.
video, Spotify, Apple Music,
Cupcake.
all of that. Yeah, October 3rd, be there for the live premiere. It'll be on this channel. It's gonna be so fun with the live chat and everything. I'm thinking November the EP will be out, and that EP will have music videos to every single song, and that'll be like a 30-minute video.
That's the way to do it. Music video
that's
per
just to help
song.
you guys up, but let's get
Shit's hype.
started with our list. VitalyzdTV.
So Vitaly, this guy fell on some fucking wild times. Pretty sure it was a crippling drug addiction, and then he snapped one day, jumped out of a moving vehicle, and beat a random woman. I'm going off memory here, but I'm almost positive that's what it was.
Vitaly Zadorovetsky, also known as VitalyzdTV, was once
Yeah,
the
the Bang
go-to
Bro-
YouTube
the,
channel for hilarious
Bang Bus-
pranks,
Bang
with
Bros
funny
guy,
and original
whatever it was.
concepts at the time, such as gold digger pranks, Russian hitman pranks, in the hood pranks, and who could forget classics such as how to get girls to kiss you, getting girls' panties, and
Yeah, the
amazing
classics.
Can I eat your booty? The channel now sits at 10 million subscribers and over 1 billion video views, though his recent uploads don't match that of a 10 million follower channel. So what happened? If we want to understand the fall of a man who was once getting a minimum of 20 million views per video, we have to go to the very beginning, before he was even a prankster on YouTube. Let's go back to when Vitaly was 18
Bang
in
Bus.
2010. A Russian friend of his called him up and told him he can make easy money if he just appeared in an adult video. Being broke and living with his mom and abusive stepfather, he took the chance. And that's when this infamous video was filmed. The video was a Bang Bus film where the girl picks up guys and fucks them in the van, though Vitaly couldn't get hard, so it was an extremely awkward 12-minute video. Yes, I watched all of it. Yes, I was alone. Yes, I had lotion. The next year in 2011, Vitaly would
God,
create his YouTube channel.
that's an internet classic, by the way. I remember when that story broke. So Vitaly used to be massive. Most of you probably don't remember him now, but he was absolutely massive for a time. And then one day, out of nowhere, someone recognized him in a Bang Bus video, posted it on Reddit, and it flew. That shit was huge news. Yeah, he basically did start the pranking meta. Well, the fake pranking meta, the one where it's like gold digger prank, but he like paid all the actresses and shit. Yeah, he was the one that started that. Man pioneered that, trailblazed. Why couldn't he get hard? I don't know, nervous? I'm not his penis. I don't know why he couldn't get hard. I have no idea.
Uploading pranks to no avail. It wasn't until June 2nd, 2012 that he'd upload the Miami zombie attack prank, a video where
Is it
Vitaly
Prime
pretends to be on
Follick?
bath salts scaring the
No
locals.
resubs in?
This of course was a reference to the situation that occurred only a week prior where a man on bath salts bit off a homeless person's face. Kind of a weird thing to base your prank off of, but hey, it was 2012 and I understand it was a different time. The video gained 10 million views in a week and gained Vitaly 70,000 subscribers. This even caught the attention from Daniel Tosh from Tosh.
Oh my
0.
God,
Who was Daniel
Tosh.0.
0? Oh, and not to mention CNN.
So, a guy in
Jesus.
Miami, a prankster, decides to go out, dress up as a zombie and covered in blood, and he starts running around chasing people. Look what he does to this guy. Like, you can see the front of his shirt when he turns. He's covered in blood, and he chases this poor guy here and numerous people, and they're rolling on it, right? It's a prank, so he chases people around, scaring the absolute.
Thanks for 5 gift
out of
subs.
them.
He
Shillian?
rode the momentum and kept making prank videos and started becoming the face of YouTube pranks along with FaZeTube, Roman Atwood, Dennis Rohde, and several others. Saying Vitaly got into a lot of controversies is an understatement. But I'll tell you guys the biggest ones. In 2014, Vitaly was arrested for streaking the field during the 2014 World Cup final in Brazil. He had natural born prankster across his chest.
Yeah, Remy Galliard was really kind of the OG. Remy Gallard, I don't remember.
2016, he was arrested for trespassing after climbing the Hollywood sign.
Back to our breaking news. A man believed to be a YouTube prankster has climbed the Hollywood sign.
Tim Lynn monitoring the situation overhead in Sky 5. Tim.
He had a flag, like you said earlier on, says, "I'm back." I don't know where he was before, but apparently he is back.
The next month, on June 10th, he was again arrested for streaking during Game 4 of the NBA Finals between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. This time with Trump sucks on his chest and LeBron for president on his back.
I don't remember any of these. I only remember his stupid, like, gold digger pranks and shit like that.
In 2017, he streaked at the World Series. He also got banned from attending any sort of sporting event, so he eventually got his girlfriend and his mom to streak for him. I guess they really love him. In January of 2020, Vitaly was arrested and spent 5 days in an Egyptian jail after climbing the pyramids of Giza.
Oh yeah, let's raise money. I did this for a good cause. Spread awareness by these beautiful pyramids in Egypt.
Man, I didn't remember any of this shit about him. What the fuck?
He also starred in his own movie with Roman Atwood and Dennis Roddy, which wasn't that great. It was clear to see Vitaly was becoming addicted to the views. As time went on, YouTube became
electric and sly,
began punishing creators for making edgy content. This was horrible for Vitaly, as it meant he either was out of a job or had to become family friendly. He ended up becoming family friendly and now does toy reviews. Imagine? No, fuck no. He instead made an uncensored subscription service to see his videos uncensored. But by the looks of it, that didn't go anywhere. Vitaly began losing relevancy as YouTube suppresses content. And in 2020, his name was back in the news, but for something no one expected. In April of 2020, he was
I won't say no one expected. This man fell so hard. So even before this story broke, it's about to be when he beat the woman. Even before that story broke, there was so many videos, so many clips, and so much shit all about how bad he'd gotten. From drugs to all kinds of, like, different kinds of substance abuse. It was bad. Like, this was not surprising, but the brutality of it caught most people off guard. There's even a video of his arrest. I think it's on Code Blue. Or, not Code Blue. I think it's on Police Activity.
Later charged for aggravated battery by the Miami Beach police. Vitaly tackled a female jogger and struck her multiple times on the head and chest.
Your boy can stay back there.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, here's a clip from it.
No, put your hand on the car. Just lean on the car, please. Lean on the car right there. I'm sorry, guys.
And he seemingly did this for no reason, but it was later revealed that he was on shrooms.
No, but mushrooms are good. I never had a bad trip until that one time where I flew. So I was COVID mushrooms. I was bored. Last thing I remember is, please help. And I tried to hug her and she pushed me or whatever. I hit her and I realized what I was doing on top of her and I was like, what the fuck? And I didn't even run back to the house. The article says,
Jesus Christ.
I didn't know what was happening.
He was released from custody after a $7,500 bond. Vitaly reunited with his attorney, Roger P. Foley, and released a video on how Roger was able to get him to avoid 15 years in prison. After filing in on the case, the charges were immediately reduced to felony battery, a third-degree felony, and after a few months, the case was reduced to a misdemeanor and eventually dismissed. I feel like if the charges got dropped because you have a really good lawyer, I don't know why you would make a video on it. It kind of seems like a big fuck you to the woman that got attacked. Like, hey,
that's exactly what it is.
I got a good lawyer. It's kind of a weird video to make. Fast forward to 2022, and Vitaly seems to be trying to make a comeback to YouTube with classics such as Can I Eat You Out? How Tight Are You? And Epic Farting on Girls prank. Someone needs to tell Vitaly we're not in 2015 anymore. He even does the
he's killing it,
guys intro unironically, and it's pretty sad.
What's up, villains? Welcome to another video.
The prank format on YouTube isn't what it used to be. Great examples of new prank channels are Balin Levine, Loaf, Kaisenat, Gideon, and the list goes on. But these new era of prank channels have one thing in common. They all have a lovable main character. With Vitaly, it's going to be hard for him to gain an audience again, especially after being a woman beater. But I guess we'll see what's next for Vitaly.
It should be prison. Tub doesn't go into it, but he beat the shit out of that girl. Man jumped out of a fucking moving vehicle just to beat a random woman who was jogging. Like, he should not be out of jail. The guy's a menace. So I think it's fucked up. His lawyer got him out of 15 years of prison. What bullshit. Yeah, that guy sucks. Thanks to the resub advanced in the bits, Marty. He's probably out of his fucking mind. Yeah, he absolutely was. It's no excuse, but yeah, he absolutely was. Because the man's been abusing substances for the better part of like 6 years now. Yeah, he must have called Saul, because that guy worked some magic. Thanks to resub owner Twitch.
Yo, hold on, guys. Someone's knocking at my door.
Thanks to tier 1 doctor. A tough skit?
You're under arrest. What do you mean I'm under arrest? Because you don't have the new Earl drop.
A merch skit. Oh, I thought it was like going to be VPN or something.
Earl, the brand you own, the new collection that just
Thanks
dropped.
to Prime Drew.
Back to school collection, and if people use code
Give some
back to
Tavos.
school, they get 20% off anything at the store. Hey, 20% off
Resub
sounds really
Quazon.
good. Give me that. Here you go. Wow, this is really good quality. I'm gonna put it on off camera. Yes, off camera. Y'all don't get to see my nipples yet. Oh my god, it's embroidered. Look at that. Y'all
Thanks
still
to
go
the
to college?
resub
Nah, we go
Chunky
to Earl
and
University.
Kiwis.
Isn't that right, cop that randomly
And
came
Fire
to my
Strike.
room? Hey, that's very true. My
And
kids
Prime
actually go to Earl University. Anyway, you're extremely cute. Hey, what can I say? You are too. Get the fuck out of my room. Okay. Guys, make sure to use code back to school to get this
How adorable.
amazing Earl hoodie, which I will be wearing for the remainder of the video. EarlDoesn'tExist.com. Let's move on to the next one. RiceGum. The story of Brian Lee is a really upsetting one.
Jesus.
I was a big fan of his in 2016. Back in 2016...
How? What was there to be a fan of? In 2016, he was still doing the same dumb shit of, like, diss tracks. And saying, these kids need to be stopped. It was like, damn, this kid is so cringe. This kid is just lame. What the fuck was there to be a fan of? The guy hadn't done anything, like, ever. I will legitimately never understand how RiceGum rose to popularity on the platform. Always blew my fucking mind.
It was definitely a different era. We had YouTubers such as Leafy, Pyrocynical, Grade A Underray, Drama Alert, H3H3, iDubbbz, Filthy Frank, and yes, some of those YouTubers still upload to this day, such as Pyrocynical. Shout out Pyrocynical. If you know me, that's crazy because I look up to you. But we're talking about RiceGum in specific. I made a video dissecting RiceGum's fall off last year, so if you want a more in-depth version of that, you can watch that after this one. Anyway, RiceGum initially blew up off his These Kids Must Be Stopped series, a series where he makes fun of cringeworthy kids on the Musical.ly app.
Alright, man. I don't know if you guys heard it. This fucker just said, I'll be drunk texting you. I did some research. This fool is 13.
The public absolutely loved these videos, and he quickly skyrocketed to 100,000 subscribers. And only 4 months later, he reached the 1 million subscriber mark. He continued roasting other influencers, and the main thing people looked forward to in his videos were the diss tracks.
Your fans are little kids under the age of 12. Tell me why your ears make you look like an elf. You think I'm trying to roast you, but I'm just trying to help. Psych! I'm just here to give you this L.
God, yikes.
Now, these diss tracks weren't good,
even worse
but
than
they
I
were
remember.
extremely entertaining at the time. As time
Zero
went
and
on, he
Dream,
only grew and was
Prime
becoming
Massey.
a mainstream YouTuber. It was great seeing this 19-year-old achieve his dreams. But on January 14th, 2017, he uploaded a video which many fans to this day claim was the beginning of his demise. Finally Moving Out of My Mom's House is a video where RiceGum kinda just tells the audience he's moving. He did move, but 3 months later, he moved again into the Los Angeles Clout House, an influencer house founded by
the
FaZe
Clout
Kay,
House, I
which
forgot about
included Alyssa
that.
Violet, Summer Rae, Wolfie Raps, FaZe Kay, and some other forgettable people. And I don't mean that in a mean way, like some people in there were genuinely forgettable. Now, this is where RiceGum's downfall truly began. Not statistically, though. I mean, he peaked in popularity at this house. Bigger videos, better production, more money, more fame, but that all came with a big ego. You see, if there's anything I've learned from doing research of YouTubers' rise and fall, or just celebrities' rise and falls, it's to never get a big ego. That will just make sure your career dies. But I'm going off track now. Then one day, iDubbbz uploaded a content cop on RiceGum, a video where Ian completely rips RiceGum apart for being an arrogant, money-fueled YouTuber.
He is extremely insecure, and he makes it very obvious when he uploads videos like this, where he details how much money he earns in a month on YouTube.
There's like this video that has been going crazy viral, and basically in the video he shows how much money
Thanks for the resub,
YouTube
Buck.
has paid him. Everyone just giving him so
God,
much
this is
props,
such a
everyone
nostalgic
loves him.
trip.
He's getting so much street credit. I'm like,
I can't believe it's been fucking 6
Last
years.
month I made a roughly $60,000. I mean, it's okay. It is actually my lowest paid month. Once again, I only got 20 million views.
I'm not sure what odds he's trying to improve. The odds that a female will finally see him as a suitable sex candidate because he has money, or the odds that his child fan base will revere him more as a god.
After this, Brian's videos began receiving a ton of dislikes. Now this, other people, is RiceGum's downfall. I'll explain later why it wasn't. After this, his content began getting more, lewd. But hey, they got views, right? Then he got into this...
Then he tried to make a family channel when he started falling off. The family channel didn't work. His girlfriends wouldn't stay with him, and he just stopped making videos altogether. That's where the curtain closes on the RiceGum story. He tried streaming GTA RP, but after getting insulted by the chat constantly, he eventually called it quits there too. I already know his whole fucking story, man. This guy is just such a fucking L. He was for a long time my least favorite person on the platform. So I kept up with him, man. I was like a full-blown hate watcher. Thanks for the gift sub, Angel.
The mystery box scamming situation where he didn't even apologize. He just pointed fingers and was like, hey, they did it too.
There's this YouTuber named Reaction Time. He actually has more subscribers than me. I don't know how because he's not cooler than me. But anyways, he made the same type of video. The same type of video like 3 months ago. No one said anything. It wasn't a problem.
And then all of his scams, but kids don't care about getting scammed.
Dobrik's crew, whatever. They're influential. Got kid fans. Same thing. Open up boxes. This was 3 weeks ago. Way before I was doing it. Why did no one bring it up 3 weeks ago or even talk about these guys?
It seems like after this, he just started uploading extremely inconsistently. Fast forward to 2021, and he became a full-time Twitch streamer. The last the general public heard from him was when he was beefing with KSI, and then with Aiden Ross, which, by the way, I don't know if that was real or not.
He's a tier 1 gaming.
Lived in the same fucking house, but quite frankly, I don't care enough to look more into that.
Yeah, I don't know if Tubbs gonna mention it, he might, but I have to pee really bad, so I want to mention it. He also did a lot of scamming towards, like, the death throes of his channel. He did, like, the, here's 20 Amazon gift cards to make up for my last scam. And if you used any of the codes, they were already used, like, 3 years prior. So he just gave, like, previously used codes. So he scammed on top of a scam. But the scam before that was these, like, fake loot boxes. Before that was another, like, fake raffle. So right towards the end of his career, he just started, like, scamming as much as he could on his way out. Thanks for the 10, damn, thank you for the 10 gift sub size. Oh, Save the Kids, I forgot. Yeah, and Save the Kids. But he was like the most forgettable person in that because by that point he was already completely just out of the public eye. You're right, he was with Save the Kids. I forgot about that. Twitch tweeted about Kai. I saw. I was actually shocked. I think, here's my theory. I think Twitch is now in a position where they feel threatened by YouTube now. So now they're doing everything they can to try and do anything the community has said. I mean, whatever. I mean, I think it's a net positive no matter what. But Twitch just rolled out this terrible elevated chat thing out of nowhere, which is a terrible idea. It seems like it was so haphazardly thrown together because everyone was upset about their 70-30 split going away. So like, wait. But look, yeah, you're all going back to 50-50, but here's an elevated chat functionality, which is more money for you guys. And it's fucking dog shit. So it seems like they're doing everything they can, like hustling and scrambling to try and bring out as much as possible, even when it's not fully realized. But I am glad they finally recognized Kai. It took them long enough.
RiceGum's main channel hasn't seen an upload since 2020, and same with his Family Gum channel. He doesn't really tweet or post on Instagram. The times when he's most seen is on his girlfriend's TikTok. But personally, I truly believe that January 14th, 2017 was the beginning of RiceGum's downfall. Again, not numbers-wise, but
tier 1 fear, and the 5 gift subs Maki.
Moving to LA
Thank you,
doesn't
Maki.
mean you're gonna turn into this clout
Appreciate it, Maki.
demon. But if you let the lifestyle consume
Hope you're having a good
you will
night.
turn into someone no one wants to support. I really would be interested in seeing Brian return to YouTube with a more humble and charismatic attitude. And I'll give him credit. He made his bag.
Impossible.
And left. He even started the entire diss track trend on YouTube. But his image will always be remembered as the arrogant hypebeast who let fame get to his head.
He's also not right there, by the way. Back when I used to like actively shit on RiceGum, one of his friends actually reached out to me, like an old high school friend, and was just telling me stories about this guy. I can't corroborate any of them, but they were friends. Like, he linked his Facebook. They were friends in high school. He was telling me that Brian was legitimately always a douchebag, but kind of a loner in high school, but still an asshole. So I don't think it was fame that got to him. This guy was legitimately just born a douchebag. Thanks to the resub Jedi 60 and certified in the tier 1 Aragorn.
Carson. Carson King, aka CallMeCarson, is a YouTuber who peaked at 2.9 million subscribers, and ever since the incident, his subscriber count has been trickling down. He began his YouTube journey by uploading Minecraft videos to his first 2 channels, which were called GamerCraft157 and Icebox Carson, before eventually moving to the CallMeCarson channel. His channel started taking off in 2017, with videos focusing on Discord trolling, reviewing internet media, and playing video games with his friends. The momentum continued, and the official name of his friend group became Lunch Club. It consisted of CallMeCarson, It's Joko, J-Schlatt, Slimesicle.
Holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen Schlatt without the facial hair. What? Is this Schlatt? It has to be, right? What? I didn't even know it was possible. I thought this man was literally born with facial hair. God damn. I almost feel like I'm seeing something I'm not supposed to. Taking a peek behind the curtain. God, oof. I wasn't ready for that.
Hugbox, Travis, Connor Eats Pants, and C-Scoop. I hope I pronounced all of those right. I am so used to calling Ted Nevison Ted Nevision, but I get corrected a lot. It seemed like nothing could go wrong for this friend group, and especially the leader, CallMeCarson. But on January 4th, 2021, a video was uploaded to Drama Alert, of all places, with the title, CallMeCarson's Serious Allegations, Lunch Club Interview. In this video, Lunch Club members Hugbox and Travis explained that Carson has been having inappropriate conversations with underage fans. This included the exchangement of lewd images as well. This information was told to them by Carson himself. That same day, a Twitter user whose information I'll be blurring out said this on Twitter. I can personally come out and say that I've been groomed by Carson. I have talked to many people and never came out about this since now. At the time, I was still 17 and in high school. Here's a few things he said to me. Alright guys, I hate reading word for word, especially when they're a little bit inappropriate. Let's get into this. I'm scared and I want to talk to you for the wrong reasons. Elaborate? What if I only want to talk to you for the sexual part of it? I don't want that, but like, I'm worried about it. What if subconsciously I'm only talking to you because it turns me on or something? Is that really what you want? What other options are there? Also, what would you want to happen? I don't know. All I know is every time I jack off now, I have a really hard time not thinking of you. I guess my brain got stimulated and now
reading anything
more, you know? Sorry,
like any sexual texts are always so fucking cringe. Christ.
And next time you're horny, we can have some fun.
Yeah, this whole situation was super weird. Like the whole 1917 stuff.
This is all my fault. Damn.
But then, like, the people closest to Carson said it's more than that, so this whole thing was such a weird mess.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared of getting your hopes up or something. I'm willing to try, but it's such a bad idea. But so is sexting you. Fuck. Carson later revealed in his Discord that the texts were real. Long story short, when I was 19, I sexted a couple of viewers that were 17. Extremely regrettable and incredibly embarrassing. Felt guilty since. Apologized to them both and resolved it privately last year. Then Keem got a hold of it like 2 days ago. At the time, the girl was 17 and Carson was 19 years old. Though a 2-year age gap isn't anything to glance about, I guess people did because 1, this is a famous YouTuber and it's easy to like nitpick anything a famous person does. 2, even though the age of consent in the majority of the United States is 16, talking to people that are under 18 on the internet is like a well-known no-no thing to do, especially if you're famous. And 3, people argued that there was a power dynamic, which honestly is something I do agree with. I mean, think about it. If you're a big YouTuber, your fans already see you as a god. So asking them for pictures might just make them feel like they're forced to because they don't want to let down their favorite YouTuber, right? Anyway, Carson lost followers, friends, and basically everything. He stopped uploading, stopped streaming.
No, the hurricane missed Tampa for the most part.
Whenever he did tweet, he would like quickly delete it. It was like this for 7 months until a video titled Moving Forward was uploaded by him. This specifically was August 25th, 2021. In this video, he doesn't discuss the situation at all. He says he doesn't want to make more drama and instead promotes the fact that he's going to be donating 100% of his earnings to charity.
Hey guys, it's been a while. This isn't going to be your average YouTuber apology video, and I'm not going to make it long and drawn out. I've learned a lot this past year. I'm not seeking forgiveness, nor am I looking to make excuses. I'm sure some of you are expecting some long drawn out video explaining my truth of the situation, but I have no intentions of doing that. I'd much rather just tell you what I can do in the future. For the next year, I plan to donate 100% of my profits to charity.
And since that day, he's uploaded 7 more videos onto his channel, and his views clearly don't match to those before the situation. So yeah, Carson is back, but with not nearly the same amount of love he once used to have. In fact, he gets hate.
I forgot that
every
he was
single
doing
tweet
that
he
for the
makes.
charity
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, there are definitely trolls that just don't like him, but I think this is a perfect time to move on.
Does
Alright,
he?
guys, I want to give a quick update to the whole CallMeCarson
Oh, well, actually, you might answer the question I'm about to ask.
situation. As you guys know, there's been a bunch of Twitch drama recently, and Hugbox actually wanted to add on to that. I won't say it like that, but I'll just say he did add on to the drama, though I didn't see anyone talk about
Frog,
this.
Seabird,
Just
Nihao,
happened to stumble
Prime
across
Bat.
it while doing my research. So here's Hugbox's Twitter, and Hugbox actually made a twit longer with the title "Game Over." This got almost 5,000 likes. Like, I would say it got some attraction. I have no idea how I did not hear about this at all. But the twit longer is it's a lengthy read. It's a very lengthy read. But I'll just give you guys the important sentences. I'm gonna try to explain the relevant events of the last couple years in the most concise way possible. This was always written off as drama when I try to talk about it, but I only spoke of it because it really bothered me and I cared. It's not easy to be threatened with legal action when you're just trying to tell people what's going down. That's why my tweets were always so cryptic. I'm not a clout chaser. I haven't even made money over the last several years, only alienated my audience since I started talking about this stuff, and at this point want absolutely nothing to do with the internet. We'll start with the Carson thing.
I read this, and this guy tries to make this whole thing about himself. I vaguely heard about this. I will say off rip, him saying I'm not a clout chaser, but calling this game over is kind of contradictory. That just immediately rubs me the wrong way.
Started talking about this stuff, and at this point want absolutely nothing to do with the internet. We'll start with the Carson thing. I found out about what he did in March 2020, and for a moment considered tweeting it right then and there. Unfortunately, I did not have any concrete details initially. In fact, the few details I had were lies. The group had a meeting later that day which our manager, Ryan, told us that he had dealt with this several times before and we can make this go away. And some members of the group insisted we needed to stick by Carson. At this point, I was checked out completely, but naively was shocked that so many people seemed to value their careers over doing the right thing. Over the next several months, I started asking around as to what others had been told, and found out that every single person was told an entirely different story as to how many girls he was contacting and what their ages were. This pushed me to do something, and I had actually gotten the entire group to agree to recording a video of each of us simply saying what we were told and uploading it directly to the Lunch Club channel. No baseless accusations, no clout chasing, just the truth. At the last moment, many pulled out of the video because, in Schlatt's words, he had too much to lose. Deja vu. It was never supposed to go through Keemstar. I'm gonna skip this paragraph. Again, you guys can just go to Hugbox's Twitter to read the whole thing because it is a lot. Carson had a whole Discord of content creators that aided him in strategizing damage control in the lead up to the drama alert, because naturally Ryan had gone behind my back, warned him, and tried to prep him. I know this because not all of them suck and they told me what was up. Then the creators in that Discord fled like rats from a sinking ship when it was clear the situation was not salvageable. I called Carson several times in the days leading up to the drama alert because I did not want the venue to discredit the story, and I wanted him to take responsibility for his actions like a fucking adult. To this day, he hasn't even admitted to what he did, and everyone still thinks it was a 2-year age gap. That is not true. So if we go to the responses on the tweet, we get stuff like this. I like how instead of telling us why it was worse than a 2-year age gap, he simply didn't
that's rough.
elaborate on that.
Sorry to hear that, Lamone.
No, it's a very strange twit longer because, I mean, he's being cryptic like he said, but he says something about legal action, so I don't know. I don't know that. I'm just the messenger. I want to make that clear. I'm just the messenger, and I just felt like I should update you guys since something else came through to the story. It's very odd that Hugbox says that there wasn't a 2-year age gap. It was that was not it. But yet this girl says that she's 17. But I also remembered apparently there were multiple girls. I don't know. It's very weird. What I'm telling you guys is not factual. Again, just the messenger.
Yeah, this shit is so fucking messy. What?
I guess now we're actually going to talk about another YouTuber, you know, because we're continuing the video. Shout out to Five Nights at Freddy's t-shirt. But yeah, let's head on to the next person on the list.
I don't know much about Hugbox. So what was he saying? What was Hugbox saying then? Now I'm just left really fucking confused. Thanks to the bits, Vintage. Yeah, I haven't seen too much from it though, Vintage. Not since we first looked at it, but I am keeping my eye on it. So wasn't a whole lot of new stuff in the twit longer. Okay. All right. Okay.
FaZe Kay and FaZe Jarvis.
Oh, these are huge. FaZe Jarvis posted a video cheating in Fortnite. He was like, I'm trying out an aimbot in Fortnite for content. Got permabanned. Cried. FaZe Kay saved the kids. Kicked out of FaZe. Cried.
And began as a Call of Duty sniping team. Members would achieve impressive clips only using sniper rifles and later create montages which would be uploaded onto YouTube. When FaZe Clan started out, they were all just kids in high school enjoying the most played game at the time. By 2012, the YouTube channel had hit 1 million subscribers and it was the thing to know about FaZe Clan if you played Call of Duty. Everyone and their mom wanted to join FaZe Clan at one point. I wanted to join FaZe. 2014 to 2016 is when I would say FaZe truly peaked. This was when the main members of FaZe all moved into a house in New York and called that the FaZe house. Many fans still say this was the best era to be a fan of FaZe. And FaZe hasn't stopped growing at all. They even have esports teams in every major video game. They also recruit athletes, and not to mention that their main focus is still Call of Duty, with members such as Swag.
Is that their main focus?
Call of Duty. Also, I can't.
Nah, they're much bigger than that now.
The best member, FaZe Jev. Yo, Jev, if you're watching this, I just want to let you know you're a huge inspiration to me, and thank you so much for always being you. Anyway, let's first talk about FaZe Kay, who joined FaZe in 2013. This was thanks to his sniping skills. He would upload gaming content and occasionally have his younger brother Jarvis join in on videos.
What's going on, guys? This is FaZe Kay, and I'm doing a Q&A today. I asked some of you guys on Twitter to ask questions to ask my brother, who is here next to me.
Though Kay never got nearly as many views as his American peers, I'll give him credit for going outside the box and attempting to capture the more IRL side of gamers. And when he would get views, it was for very out of place content like water bottle flip videos. You'd never expect that to be uploaded by
Damn, he did a lot of that.
I mean, they brought in views, so he was doing something right. Around this time is when his younger brother Jarvis began uploading content of his own, but things would change in 2018 around Fortnite's peak. Kay would begin to make videos revolving around his little brother and Fortnite. The views were immense, and at this point, Kay was living in a new LA FaZe house, or the Clout house. Either way, it was a fucking influencer house. Eventually, thanks to his skills and very, very saturated thumbnails, Jarvis joined the one and only FaZe Clan in 2019. The momentum only continued. And then Jarvis got banned from playing Fortnite due to using hacks in the game, aimbot to be specific. He wasn't playing competitively, he just downloaded some mods and wanted to make a cool video out of it.
I'm truly so sorry. Epic, I know I have to take accountability for my actions, and you know I'm gonna do my best to accept any punishment or comes my way, whatever happens.
Epic Games decided to make an example out of him and banned him from
He's still banned, right?
No, this doesn't mean that when he goes to his friend's house and picks up the controller, the FBI just breaks down the fucking door and arrests him.
Spicy.
It just meant that if you made any new accounts publicly, they would all just automatically get banned. This also meant Jarvis had to switch content. He basically became
It's just such a stupid idea. Like, I don't remember how old he was when he did it. I think he was probably like 18 or something. But what a dumb fucking idea. I'm going to knowingly cheat in this game for a video. Like, I don't know what you would possibly expect to happen from that. It's so... Like, I feel like almost bad. Because to be so stupid to think it's a good idea, like it's... I don't know. Still, very, very dumb.
Challenges and TikTok life hacks. By the way, these thumbnails are still, very bright. In 2020, he quote-unquote fooled the internet that he was playing Fortnite again. He went live and had someone else play for him. Then his username got leaked and Epic Games banned him on the spot. But when did FaZe Kay and FaZe Jarvis's careers go to shit? Kids. The Save the Kids crypto scam.
Yeah.
YouTuber was hopping onto the crypto coin.
Save the Kids.
Well, this was one of them. This was a coin that claimed it would be used for charity and used the likes of Kay, Jarvis, Tico, RiceGum, and Nikon in order to get more clout. This was an entire mess, and I'm gonna dumb it down for you guys, but if you guys want full explanation, make sure to go watch CoffeeZilla's video. It's an amazing detailed video.
That is a great video on it.
Fans would buy this coin thinking that the value was only gonna go up. You know, they probably thought it was gonna be the next Bitcoin, but instead, the owners of the coin just left with all the money. I believe this is called a pump and dump scam. All the people in that video were part of it except Tico. Tico was genuinely innocent, which is why he's back in FaZe now. But everyone else in that video, yeah, they got a lot of money from the fans that were trying to support this charity. Due to this, Kay was kicked from FaZe, and Jarvis, Nikon, and Tico were suspended until further notice.
He's some tacos.
Well, he's RiceGum. He wasn't a part of any team or anything. He's just himself, so. This is where Kay's career started going downhill. I mean, why wouldn't it? Who wants to support a scammer? Then Kay came out saying that the mastermind behind all of this was Sam Pepper. Yeah, the dude with Black Ops 3 dark matter for hair. This response wasn't really taken that well, and his views dipped right
Probably
after
really
this.
was Sam
While
Pepper, but you're
editing
also a
this, I
fucking
thought-
idiot for doing anything with Sam Pepper. It's your fault. How Sam Pepper still somehow infiltrates anything blows my fucking mind. He's like the most well-known scammer of all time. Hey, thanks again, Maki. Thanks for 5 gift subs. And the tier 1 Climate, and the resub Chaser, and SSB.
I thought I got the wrong channel. I thought I put Jarvis's channel instead of Kay's. But notice how much Kay uses his brother in his thumbnails. Like, do you not think you have a photogenic face? I literally thought this was Jarvis's channel. I was like, okay, I gotta re-screenshot it. No, this is Kay's channel. I did not make a mistake. Again, please stop the oversaturated thumbnails. Jarvis had a boxing match which he won, and he was back in FaZe. Then this video was uploaded. Why I left FaZe Clan, where he explains that he left FaZe Clan because his big brother was kicked.
Weird for me because I don't want to be a part of FaZe if like you're not in FaZe as well.
Oh, that's so
'Cause
wholesome.
obviously me and you, we started YouTube since the very beginning.
Trust.
All of this happened because of you and you pushing me to like make videos, start vlogging,
There's a gift sub
you know, start
Beaches and the
streaming.
resub
It really
Duluth.
all happened
Gift
because
sub Claire.
you pushed me to do it.
Aw,
Tier 1
so
Swoosh and
sweet.
Tier 1
Except
Carla.
not really, because this is when Jarvis would begin uploading less frequently and get less views. And no, YouTube Shorts don't count because those views are from randoms, not your fans. I forgot to mention that they have another channel called Jarvis and Kay.
Oh, nice.
They do upload more frequently, but the views aren't there either. And for some reason, while watching their videos, I feel like they're always finding a way to diss FaZe.
7 months ago, I left FaZe Clan, and after watching these TikToks, I think I made the right decision.
It's like I get the vibe of like biting the hand that fed you. I mean, even the
These are some
fans
Fisto.
dislike the videos, and it's very weird. I don't know. It seems like they have a big ego after leaving FaZe. I truly believe Jarvis could have saved his career by just staying in FaZe. It doesn't matter if you were banned from Fortnite. There's new Call of Duties every year to make content on. I get that family comes first, and that's super respectable that he did that. But
What is Kay doing? I know he showed his channel, but is that really all he's doing? Yep. That's really all he's doing. He legitimately does just use his brother in every single thumbnail. I would have no idea this is Kay's channel. Legitimately. There is nothing here that tells me this is FaZe Kay's channel. That's crazy. But man, this content does look fire. Awesome. I asked her to be my girlfriend on camera. Whoa. I exposed Jarvis playing Fortnite? Oh, no. And what is Jarvis doing? Maybe Jarvis only has K in the thumbnail. That'd be huge. No, I guess not. He also hasn't fallen off nearly as hard. Yeah, it's mainly just K. So Jarvis has 2 channels? Well, yeah. Jarvis and K have 2 channels. They have their own, and then they have the FaZe and Jarvis channel. Or the K and Jarvis channel.
joining FaZe doesn't mean fuck you, bro, to your brother. It just
Makes
means
the
you're looking
bits
out for
fist.
yourself. It's quite literally your livelihood.
That's a
Nowadays,
good question,
they both
Fist.
upload
I don't know.
shorts and Mr. Beast inspired videos, but it doesn't seem their audience is there anymore. Jarvis had a video get over 1 million views recently, but it's because FaZe members are in it. Pretty ironic. I mean, you could have stayed. You could have fucking stayed in the group. But yeah, let's head on to the next one. Kiwis. Kiwis first started getting popular in
I forgot about this one.
2015 when he was part of the Call of Duty team Red Reserve. This team was seen as a stepping stone to FaZe Clan. During this time, the Red House became a thing, and this included Formula, Random,
Who?
Mix, Kiwis,
Oh, man.
Game Gandhi. Since
Crazy
we're talking
no one
about Red,
remembers
I gotta
this.
mention Red's best member, Game Gandhi. He was always the best person out of their crew and had the best content, and it just sucks that he got grouped with this
I won't
team.
spoil it. I'll
Anyway,
let Tub
this house had
explain.
a life of its own. Like, the chemistry
It's pretty
was
bad,
there,
though.
and the Gandhi vlogs were sweet and to the point. They weren't seen as rip-off FaZe anymore. They were just becoming Red. Until one day in 2016, Keemstar uploaded a video where Kiwis attempts to justify why he sent a 12-year-old girl images while he was 17. And that had started a year and a half before the interview, so now the girl was 14 and he was 19. Either way, it's fucking disgusting. And then he proceeds to shoot himself in the foot.
Because
okay, so it was just
weird.
You sent pictures when you were 17 and she was 12. Now, I believe she said that
She said she was 14.
I believe
And the kick logs will prove it. Like, if you guys
Ugh.
get it, like,
okay,
it's there,
but she
like-
said she was 14 or whatever. But
It
she
was a month ago.
Yeah, and a month ago on Snapchat, yes.
Okay, so a month ago you sent her a picture.
Yes.
But
Oh
the
my
problem with that is you're 19 and she's 14 at the time.
But the thing, like, I was in a really like depressed state. Like, she was talking to me. Like, she kept on saying how she was saying how she was so attached to me. And I was saying, and she said how she wanted to meet up, and I said that's really weird. I don't want to meet up. Like, that's something you can't bank on. Like, that's just really weird. I don't want to do that. And she's claimed that she wants to meet up with other people. There's another person in red that she talks to that she wanted to meet up with. Specifically, and we can talk more about that in private.
But oddly enough, this wasn't the end of his career. He continued uploading and even uploaded a response video where he flat out victim blames the girl.
I shouldn't have trusted this girl. I shouldn't have. I don't know why I did what I did. She convinced me that I could trust her, and it was a mistake. And that's something I will never make ever again. This girl lied about her age and convinced me to send her pictures of myself. Like, she sent pictures to me too, but
his audience seemed to have been supportive. By this time, everyone knew about the situation, and due to living
I never saw that. This man's just out here confessing to full-blown crimes without knowing it. Thanks to resub Helicity, Waifu, and Jay. I only knew that first part. So the dude straight up like admits like, I thought she was 14, so I sent her all these nudies. Yeah, that's why I was, being romantically involved with a 14-year-old. I didn't know she was 12. She fucking lied to me. Can you believe that bitch? I didn't know he even made a response video where he just like straight confirms it and then makes it clear that he also received child porn. Yikes.
In the red house, the address was public. I don't know if they publicized it themselves. I'm sure they wouldn't dox themselves so fans could come over and say hi, but their address was known. Anyway, Kiwis got confronted at his own house by a random person, but it was done horribly. The person called him a... Like, the dude filming could have at least said some factual stuff instead of just saying that he's a...
Red Formula.
Yeah,
the leader of
guys?
the Red Reserve.
How's it going?
What's good, man?
How you doing, man?
What's going on?
You a fan?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Red Reserve. Is Kiwis around?
Yeah, he is.
Do you think I could talk to him?
Yeah, sure. You wanna come on in for a bit?
Yeah, sure.
What?
Red Kiwis.
Oh, hey,
DJ Tittynack.
Yeah, what's up?
Life, the man with the big shorts.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
I wanted to ask you a question.
Okay.
Why did you that girl?
Oh, do you think you're funny?
Yes.
That is not funny at all, dude. Alright, you gotta leave, dude.
You want to leave, bud?
You gotta get out of the house.
Why did you do it?
You gotta get out of the house.
Why would they invite this guy in?
Yeah, I know the whole story.
Get out of the fucking
Why
house.
did you do it? Why did you do it? You sent your dick online to a girl that was 14 years old. That was 14 years old. Do you realize about that?
Do you not understand that she completely lied about her age? Get out of the house. It's proven. Get out of the fucking house. That's why I'm here.
The reason why Kiwi's story is so odd is because he never stopped uploading.
Why the fuck? How dumb is that whole house? What? Is everyone in that house just an actual fucking idiot? It's so fake. I don't know, man. It may be. I choose to believe that over them being that fucking stupid. I don't see why it would be fake, though, because then that once again just puts it in the public eye that this dude was sexting a child. Sending and receiving pictures from a child. So why would they try and make a fake video about it? Like, that seems like a terrible idea. Crazy.
He even peaked in 2018, 2 years after that situation. This was, of course, with the help of overly saturated Fortnite thumbnails. Yay! Fast forward to 2021, and skipping over his new team, which failed, Drumler uploaded a documentary about him, and he got dislikes for a little bit, but kept uploading. His views nowadays are nowhere near his peak, and it's just sad, really. Seeing when YouTubers ruin their careers, but don't have anywhere else to go because they make their money on the internet. I mean, they could go work at their local Food for Less, but I think at that point of being a YouTuber, your ego's really high, so you just don't want to do that, and there's a chance you could get recognized, which is always going to be awkward. We're literally watching these people die inside, but yeah. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching the video. I just want to say I don't condone the harassment of any of these people. I don't want my subscribers to be those subscribers that go to these pages and leave hate comments. Don't do that. Let's just watch from the sidelines, chill out. But looking at all these names, the only person I would say really didn't do anything wrong, just made like I guess a bad decision, was Jarvis. I don't think he did anything to get canceled for it.
Yeah, his was very stupid. He cheated in a game, and the game happened to be his cash cow. I agree. Out of everyone on this list, Jarvis was like the most like trivial, the most innocent. He cheated in Fortnite because he's a fucking idiot, and he got banned for it, which cost him like his career as a Fortnite creator. But he's still doing fine. Oh, actually no, he was in Save the Kids. Actually, I forgot. I actually totally forgot he was in Save the Kids. Never mind. It's crazy. Every time I hear Save the Kids, I only think of FaZe Kay. Yeah, never mind. I totally forgot that he was also part of Save the Kids.
Fortnite, and he chose his brother over FaZe Clan, which I think was the wrong decision. Yeah, I just wanted to make that clear. Leave a like, make sure to subscribe to the channel.
Make sure to smash that like button and thumbs up, ring the bell, tell your mom I said hi.